Hello everyone, this is Laurel and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making these cute dog keychains. The supplies you're going to need are UV resin, some brown and black mica powder, a round mold, two mixing cups, two mixing utensils. You'll need a keychain, and you'll also need the jump ring and an eyelet screw. I'm going to be using this just to dab on some of the resin, and you'll need a drill with a small bit. Also, I have this matte finish nail polish. Alright, let's get started. Now I'm going to use the center mold, and I'm just going to fill the mixing bowl up with some resin. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of difficulty pouring the resin out through the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the top and pour it in and make it just much easier. I think I was running out of resin and it was all at the bottom, so it was just difficult just to squeeze it out. So pouring seemed to do the trick. I'm using my lighter to burst any of the bubbles in the resin. I'm just gliding the flame over the top of the resin. Now we'll be adding the brown mica powder. And I'm just going to use enough just to color it to the shade that I would like it to be. And you don't need a lot, you just need a little bit. Once you're done putting the mica powder in, wipe off your mixing utensil with a baby wipe. Baby wipes are great for cleaning up after any resin messes. Also, we're going to stir up the resin and mica powder thoroughly. We don't want any little lumps of mica powder in there, so we want to make sure it's well mixed. Once the resin is thoroughly mixed, I'm going to clean off my utensil with the baby wipe. And I'm going to pour the brown resin into the center mold. And I'm going to fill it all the way to the top. Cure for 5 minutes. Now that it's cured, we can remove it from the mold. Now we're just going to file the edges on the top where we poured the resin into the mold. It leaves like a little ridge. So we just want to file that down and make it smooth. Now I'm going to place the round ball on a piece of sticky tack and a glass tile, and with my mixing utensil I'm just going to dab on some of the resin onto the area that I just filed, and this should smooth out the filing area. And once that's done, you'll cure it for 90 seconds. Now that it's cured, I'm going to use the drill and the small drill bit to drill a hole for the eyelet screw. I'm going to use a little bit of the resin on the end of the eyelet screw, and then I'm going to screw it in, and then I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds. By adding the resin and then screwing it in and curing it, it ensures that it will be very secure. Now that the screw is in there and secure, we can start working on the dog. So we're going to place it sideways onto the sticky tack. And what we're going to do first is we're going to create the dog's face. So we want the dog's nose and mouth to like stick out a little bit. So we're just going to dab on small amounts until it builds up and makes sort of an oval shape, and that will be for the nose and the mouth. I'm going to dab a little bit, and I'm doing an oval shape, and then I'm going to cure for 30 seconds, and then I'll dab on more, and then cure for 30 seconds, and then I'll continue that process until it's domed up enough to where I like the oval shape. Can you see how it's domed up and it makes the actual face of the dog? Alright, now that that's finished and the face is domed to where I like it, I'm going to put matte finish over the entire surface. And this is UV gel. I'm actually going to use this acrylic cylinder with some sticky tack on the end of it. I believe you could find these in the cake decorating sections on Amazon. And I'm just placing the eyelet screw into the sticky tack, and now I'm just going to use the nail polish and place the matte finish over the entire surface. I'm now placing it under the UV light and I'm going to cure it for 3 minutes. And while it's curing inside there, I'll be rotating it so that it cures evenly. Now that it's done curing, I'm going to remove it from the sticky tack. And then I'm going to place it on the sticky tack with the glass tile. So the next step, I'm going to be mixing up a little bit of the UV resin and the black mica powder. I only need a little, so I don't have to squeeze out that much. And with the black, we're going to be working on the ears of the dog. Since I have just a tiny bit of resin in there, I'm just going to use a very small amount, teeny tiny amount of the black mica powder. I'm making sure that it's thoroughly mixed. After mixing the mica powder into the resin, I noticed it wasn't dark enough, so I'm going to use a drop of resin dye that's black, and this should darken it up enough so that when I'm creating the dog's ears, they'll be visible and they'll look really nice once they're done. Before I start working on the ears, I'm going to create a nose for the dog. So I'm just going to dab on a little bit of the black resin onto the nose area, and then I'm going to cure it for 30 seconds. It's all cured, and you can see the little nose sticking out there. So now we're going to turn it to the side to create the ear. I'm going to use the same process as I did with the dog's face. I'm just going to make the shape of an ear along the side, like a droopy ear. And I'm going to do a layer of the black resin, cure for 30 seconds, do another layer, cure for 30 seconds, and then continue on with the process until it looks like an ear sticking out. And then I will continue on to the other side and do the dog's second ear. I'm making sure that the placement of the second ear is going to be directly across from the first ear. Remember, after each layer you cure for 30 seconds. After curing the dog's ears, the next step is to do the eyes, and I'm just going to add a little of the black resin onto each eye and then cure for 30 seconds. Now that the eyes are done and cured, this is what he looks like. And just remove him from the sticky deck. His cute little ears and eyes and nose. So now we will put together the keychain. I'm going to put the dog's head onto the jump ring and then add the keychain. And then I'm going to close up that jump ring. Now the paw print already has a jump ring on it, and there's also a jump ring, an extra jump ring up at the top by the round keychain part. So I'm going to add the dog print up on that link. And if you want to know how I made the paw print, I made it without a mold. If you have a mold, that's great, you can use that, but I made it without a mold, and I will put the link to making that paw print in the description box below. So now you can see there's the little doggy's face and the paw print. Isn't that adorable? Again, here is the finished keychain. And I also had some resin left over, so I actually made a pendant of a little dog, and I did the same thing. I made the little bone out of just placing resin on a silicone mat in the shape of the bone and curing it, and then I just drilled a hole and put a jump ring in it. I also had enough resin left over to make a little kitty keychain, and I will put the links to the cat keychains in the description box below. So if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell for notifications of my upcoming videos. Also, in the description box below, you will find links to my photography, my artwork, and my jewelry. So I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.